What's going on, everybody? It's Big Maul here with another episode of Get It Together with Big Maul. And first and foremost, before I even get into this episode, I want to send my condolences, my prayers, um, sincere thoughts to the victims of the tragedy that struck over this weekend on Sapelo Island, Sapelo Island in Georgia, um, where I'm from, basically. And man, it was such a tragedy. There was a culture festival taking place, and the area where the boat and the dock connect, essentially the boardwalk, it collapsed. And that boardwalk gets you from the ferry to the dock, to the ferry, etc. And it collapsed. Unfortunately, there were people that were uh on the bridge when it collapsed, on the boardwalk when it collapsed. And I'm trying to remember the correct numbers here. And it ended up being 20 people that fell into the water. 7 people did unfortunately pass away. So I want to extend my condolences and prayers and thoughts to the victims, their families, the people that knew them. God rest their souls. May God rest their souls. 3 people were injured, and they had said to been in critical condition. So I also want to extend my heartfelt condolences to those 3 individuals. However, there were efforts made for people. People were saved. People were, and I'm pretty sure they walked away with some injuries and stuff. But you know, I am grateful for the people that jumped in and helped the individuals and tried to save lives, basically, and all the responders that rushed to that area as fast as possible, and just anyone that had a part in just trying to help and assess that situation, man. And once again, just I'm praying for everyone. I'm praying for the people that saw it, the people that fell into the water, the people that lost their lives, and all of the families, all the friends, and just the entire city overall. Just praying for us to be able to come together and heal and gain some strength, and just keep our eyes focused on the Lord. We haven't, as far as I've been alive, I can't remember in my 31 years of living anything such of a tragedy happening in my hometown. So this is new to me, and it definitely touched my heart. Just thinking about how things can happen so fast. Things can happen so fast within the blink of an eye. You can be celebrating a milestone. You can be celebrating someone else's milestone. You could be celebrating life. You could be just living life, and then boom, it can turn, and you can pass away, or you can have a traumatic experience that can alter your life, or it could just change the way you think. And it can take a while for you to get back to yourself. So, for the people that did survive, the people that were there, that did see it, and that are traumatized for it, man, I'm praying for you guys also, your strength, your mental health, physical health, and just I want you guys, and pray that you guys heal from it mentally, because that can scar someone, and I know for a fact that it would have definitely scarred me to have seen that, to have witnessed that, or even been through it. So I just wanted to start my episode off with just shedding light on that situation, and such a tragic event. But God is always good. God will always be good, and at the end of the day, we still give him all the praise, all the glory, and yeah, man. But aside from that, I hope you guys have been doing well. Blessings to you, and man, we're gonna get into this episode Well, sorry, man. Just emotional, man. Crazy weekend. But man, we're gonna just get into it though. Like I said, when is the last time that you felt that you are not happy with the way that you handled a situation? Whether it be a situation that wasn't dealing with a person, it could have been your car breaking down, and that's your only vehicle, that's your only way of transportation. You could have been headed to work and your car breaks down, and I know how it is. Your car breaks down and you immediately want to get upset. You start yelling, screaming, cussing, hitting things. And, after you settle down, you think to yourself, like, man, doing all of that does not solve anything. Me doing that, that was a little childish. I'm a little embarrassed by my actions, by my thought process. Like, I should have taken a deep breath and just calmed down for a second, because me doing what I did, it's not going to get my car fixed. It's not going to get my car looked at. This is not helping my situation right now. If you get into it with someone says something rude to you, and they start going at it with you, and then you snap back and you say something to try to one up them, and you get into this back and forth, and at the end of the day, it was just words, and then you regret it because now this person has gotten you to a place where you had to essentially think about what you could say to get the best of them, what you could say that could be a better insult than the one that they gave you. Now we're stooping down to that person's level. Now we have became that person. And that is not a proud feeling. That's not a good feeling. And we don't often come to that type of realization until the moment is over and we've calmed down, and then we think back on the situation, what was said, what was done, and what could have been done better on our behalf. And yeah, then we're like, oh man, I got some work to do. And we always have work to do. The work is never done. We are never going to have it all together. We're never going to be perfect. But I want you to know that it's okay to have regret from your reactions and what you may have said, what you may have done, whether it was a stranger in the store or it was your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Uh, when was the last time that you let someone get the best of you? If you let something get the best of you, and why do you think it caused you to get that angry? Now, if someone says something about a deceased relative of yours, yeah, you're gonna instantly want to flame up and hurt somebody. You're gonna want to hurt that person. But even though that's tough, is it really worth? Are those words really worth you possibly killing someone? Because someone mentions your deceased relative, that's a trigger, and then boom, you're gonna go at this person, and you may black out, and you may not even have control over what you're doing, and you may end up in jail for murder or attempted murder, and you've done all of that, and that person that's passed away still isn't coming back. They're still not coming back. You defended their name. They still ain't coming back. Because like I've always said, once you're gone, you're gone. My take on it is we have to do a better job of inhaling and exhaling and asking ourselves, is it even worth it going back and forth with this individual? This person doesn't even have the level, the proper level of emotional intelligence. They're not mature enough. They have not grown internally or mentally. And so they don't have that capacity at all to have a simple conversation when you aren't agreeing, when they're not agreeing with someone's stance, or if anyone they're having a miscommunication. It's not an argument. It's a debate. It's a polite going back and forth. Or even if it does get to a point where it gets a little loud, gets a little rowdy, is it worth cussing that person out? Is it worth putting your hands on that person? Because it's just words at the end of the day. You know, is that going to make you feel better? And some people will say, well, yeah, I ended up fighting such and such, and man, I put it on them. I feel so much better. Okay, but did it change the fact that it happened? Did it change? Oh, I gotta teach Joe a lesson. He just can't be talking to me in the type of way. Man, listen, you can lay paws on somebody, beat them to a bloody pulp, and as soon as they get well enough again to start running their mouth, they can still go right back and do what they did before you beat them up. They can go right back to talking cash money about you. Even though that you put them in the hospital, even though if you gave them 2 black eyes, even though if you gave them a concussion, it doesn't matter. If they want to run their mouth again, they will run their mouth again. And if they're not broadcasting it on social media or just broadcasting it out there, they can do it in the comfort of their own home, by themselves, all alone, and they can still be talking about you like a dog. You don't even know if they're talking about you. You don't know that they're talking about you. But you do know that one time that they said what they said in your presence, you whooped them. And then what? What's after that? Are you gonna fight someone every single time someone says something about you? Are you gonna get rowdy and start name calling and start telling people that you don't care about them and this and that and the third just because you guys don't share the same opinion towards something? Is that what's gonna happen? We have to be mature enough to say, you know what? I'm gonna walk away. Sure, I got choices and I can fight you. Sure. You may think I'm scared. I may think I need to prove myself to you. You think I'm scared. So yeah, put your dukes up, let's fight. Yeah, you can do that. You can. But again, that doesn't solve anything. What if you do fight a person and you win? You think it's over? No. No, it's not over. Now they're just waiting to catch you somewhere where you're alone and you're not paying attention. And it's going to be more than just that one person. It's going to be that one person. It's going to be his cousins, his homies, and now you can jump. Now you can jump. Well, you could choose the other route that's just, you know what? I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this go because it's not worth it. I'm better than that. You can talk all you want. You haven't laid a finger on me. When you lay a finger on me, then we may have to. We got an issue now. Because now you're invading my personal space. Now you're touching me. I don't like that. Different. But if someone's going to talk, let them talk. Let them talk. They're not harming you. They're not harming your family. It's pointless. And it's not worth it. Risking your freedom, possibly, for the war of words. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, as a kid, I definitely had it bad. As a kid, I would be ready to, if someone was yelling at me, I want to yell back. If someone was cussing at me, I want to cuss back. If someone pushed me, I'm going to push back. You know, that's the only difference when it's physical. But all the other stuff, oh, I definitely did. Even into my early adulthood, I was not, I was the type of person that I refused to be disrespected. I refused to be talking to as if I'm just a bottom of the barrel type person. Like I'm not owed respect. No. No. I refuse to, well, I used to just go at people. And then I got older and I'm like, yeah, it's not worth it, bro. Because I talked about this I did a video about this maybe last year. When you think about it, when you go back and forth with someone and it gets heated and you're arguing, you're cussing, and you're doing all this yelling, and you clapping your hands together, you're doing all this stuff, and you're going back and forth with this person. When you're done, you feel tired, you feel drained, you feel like just your entire life have been sucked out of you. All you have is anger. There's no positivity inside of you. There's no light inside of you. There's no happiness right now. It's all anger. It's all rage. It's all you walking around and breathing heavy, breathing fast. Man, and then eventually it hits you like, you know what? I got to stop doing this. Well, I feel like we should all come to this conclusion eventually. Like, once you start realizing how draining it is to always want to carry that weight and care about opinions and care so much as the point where you're not just gonna walk off. You're not gonna go in private and cry either. You're just gonna address that person physically right then and there because they're talking about you or they're looking at you funny. Come on, man. Come on. We gotta grow out of that, y'all. We gotta grow out of that. Right now, in 2024, we don't even have that much time left in 2024. But right now, 2024, if you haven't worked on this, work on it now. Give these people no reaction. These situations that you're going through, pray about it. Pray about it. Write it down. Get it out of your subconscious and put it on the paper. Pray over it. And let God handle it. We can't handle everything on our own, and we shouldn't be trying to. And the minute that someone gets the best of us, we go to great lengths just to get them back. But we're exhausted afterwards. You don't even know where to go next because you spent all of your time, all of your energy into this back and forth with this person that you probably don't even know. Never seen him or her a day before in your life, and they don't even live in the same area as you. They live in a whole different state than you, and you're arguing with them. It's like I like to use the word heated. You're in a heated argument with them. That don't sound silly. I mean, I'm just being honest. That doesn't sound silly. For real though, And like I said, we always regret letting people take us to another place or take us back to that place where we graduated from. We worked hard. Once you learn new skills, it's time to apply those skills in the areas in which you learn them from. So, and it takes time. It's not going to be overnight, but once you arrive to that state in your life, once you arrive there, you don't have to worry because you're there and you have all of the tools that you need to be able to think deeply about a situation and ask yourself, is it even worth it? Or is it just gonna be me yelling and screaming and this other person yelling and screaming, and this whole time we aren't getting anywhere? Maturity, man. Age does not define wisdom, But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all say a prayer for Sapelo Island, Sapelo, Georgia. If you're not from this area and you have no idea what Sapelo is, just type it in online, sapelo.com, and do some research on the history and the backstory, man. But sending prayers to everyone, man, over this past weekend. I love y'all, and Be safe, man. I will catch y'all next time. It's Get It Together with Big Maul. Peace.